That was a weird dream. Goodness, no more spicy food that late at night. I'll have to remind him not to ask for nachos as a late night snack. They were good nachos, though. I really don't want to see what time it is. But if I open my eyes to look at the clock, it might show me that I don't have that much longer to sleep. So instead, I'll just keep my eyes closed and go back to sleep. To hell with what time it is. How did I ever get used to sleeping with his hand on my ass? Doesn't matter what position I sleep in, his hand is going to find it. Oh, God, it cracks me up that he even squeezes it when he's asleep. I wonder if he's making his sleepy puckers. It's so damn cute. He looks like he's puckering up to get kisses. Oh, well, damn it, now I have to open my eyes. If he's making sleepy puckers, I don't want to miss it. No sleepy puckers, but there's an open set of beautiful eyes looking at me. Hi. I'm fine. How are you? You're better now. How long have you been awake? Just a couple of minutes. Oh, okay. No, a bad dream didn't wake me up. A weird one did. No more nachos that late at night for me, love. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember it was snowing. But everybody was running around in their bathing suits and we were having an outdoor barbecue. I kept looking at people like they were crazy. Why are you awake? You missed me. How could you miss me? I'm right here. Sweetheart, I am not that far away. I mean, we're talking mere inches here. And close enough that your hand is squeezing my ass cheek. Yeah, I didn't miss that. Baby, stop. We have to go back to sleep. We both have to go to work in the morning. I know, I hate adulting too, but I do like having a roof over our heads and food in the kitchen. You know, your girl loves her naps and loves to eat. All right, love. Good night. Why can't tomorrow be Saturday? I never feel like I get enough time with him. We both work so very hard during the week, and every moment we get together is so very, very precious. Baby, stop playing with my ass. Yes, I can feel you doing that. How could I not? I mean it, love. We need to go to sleep. Well, I'm sorry that you're wide awake now, but I can't do anything about that. Really, how in the world can I help? Well, baby, if I sit and talk to you, you might fall asleep, but what about me? I have to stay awake to keep talking. It just doesn't sound fair. tell you what, make me a deal. If I have to talk to you, you have to give me back tickles. Yeah, I think that's a fair trade. Okay, good. Now, what do you want me to say? One of my favorite poems? Are you sure? Okay. What about the Highwayman? All right, baby. Tuck me close into your ear and let the bag of tickles commence. The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. He had a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of claret velvet, and breeches of brown doe skin. They fitted with never a wrinkle. His boots were up to the thigh, and he rode with a jeweled twinkle, his pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle, under the jeweled sky. Over the cobbles he clattered and clashed in the dark inn yard. He tapped with his whips on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair. And in the dark old inn yard a stable wicket creaked, where Tim the ostler listened. His face was white and peaked. His eyes were hollows of madness, his hair like moldy hay. But he loved the landlord's daughter, the landlord's red-lipped daughter. Dumb as a dog he listened, and he heard the robber say, "One kiss, my bonny sweetheart, I'm after a prize tonight, but I shall be back with yellow gold before the morning light. Yet if they press me sharply or harry me through the day, then look for me by moonlight. Watch for me by moonlight. I will come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way." He rose upright in the stirrups. He could scarce reach her hand, but she loosened her hair in the casement. His face burnt like a brand as the black cascade of perfume came tumbling down over his breast, and he kissed its waves in the moonlight. Oh, sweet black waves in the moonlight. And then he tugged at his rein in the moonlight and galloped away to the west. He did not come in the dawning, and he did not come at noon, and out of the tawny sunset before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon looping the purple moor, a redcoat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching up to the old inn door. They said no word to the landlord. They drank his ale instead, but they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Two of them knelt at her casement with muskets at their side. There was death at every window, and hell at one dark window, for Bess could see through her casement the road that he would ride. They had tied her up to attention with many a sniggering jest. They had bound a musket beside her with the barrel beneath her breast. "Now keep good watch," and they kissed her, and she heard the doomed man say, "Look for me by moonlight, watch for me by moonlight. I will come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way." She twisted her hands behind her, and all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat, her blood. They stretched and strained in the darkness, and the hours crawled by like years, till now on the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight. The tip of one finger touched it. The trigger, at least, was hers. The tip of one finger touched it. She strove no more for the rest. Up, she stood to attention with the barrel beneath her breast. She would not risk their hearing. She would not strive again, for the road lay bare in the moonlight, blank and bare in the moonlight, and the blood of her veins in the moonlight throbbed to her love's refrain. Talat, talat, had they heard it? The horses' hooves ringing clear. Talat, talat, in the distance. Were they deaf? Did they not hear? Down the ribbon of moonlight over the brow of the hill, the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The redcoats looked to their priming. She stood up straight and still. Talat, talat, in the frosty silence. Talat, talat, in the echoing night. Nearer he came and nearer. Her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned, he spurred to the west. He did not know who stood, bowed with her head over the musket, drenched in her own red blood. Not till dawn he heard it. His face grew gray to hear how best the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spurs in the golden noon. Wine red was his velvet coat when they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway, and he lay in his blood on the highway with a bunch of lace at his throat. And still of a winter's night they say, when the wind is in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, a highwayman comes riding, riding, riding. A highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door. Over the cobbles he clatters and clangs in the dark end yard. He taps with his whip on the shutters, but all is locked and barred. He whistles a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess.